Phillips. I'm here with my grandfather, Harold Phillips. Been a big inspiration for me, and he runs a real estate business which is called Phillips Properties here in Macon, Georgia, and we're pretty much just going to do the why of entrepreneurship and a quick interview. Everybody, this is for my new venture class. First question I wanted to ask was, what was your inspiration in your choice of business?
My inspiration was, of course, making money and starting my own business. Enjoyed outside work.
Outside work. How did or do you feel about your corporate life? I know you spent a little bit of time in the insurance business, and you had another larger company buy your insurance company, and then you had to work for them for 2 years. Is that right?
That's right.
And how did you feel about that?
Well, the 2 years that I worked for the company that bought us out, I wasn't happy because I was used to doing what I thought was the thing to do to make my company successful. And when the new corporate picture came into play and they started telling me what their ideas were, and it didn't jive with mine, so I just thought it best that I get out of the corporate picture.
How did you manage your time starting out? As you told me earlier, you started out at 18 into the insurance company. I know a lot of kids like to have fun at 18 or 20, 22. How did you feel about that?
Well, I was from a relatively poor family, and I knew that I had to make money, a lot of money. And so I devoted 90% of my time to my work. I wouldn't sleep in late like some people do. I would get up early and go to work. Being a salesperson, I was able to work sometimes as late as 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And I just managed my time to do my work instead of playing.
Sounds good. And what was the main reason that you decided to leave that corporate stint you had there for 2 years?
Well, the main reason I wanted to leave was because I didn't like the way that they were advising me what I should do and how I should run my department. My company had been very successful, and the only reason we sold out was because of the old age of the directors. And I just didn't feel like that I was an asset to the company. I felt like that it'd be better that they got someone else to do probably what I was doing, and I just didn't fit in. I just didn't like the corporate style of too many bosses, too many chiefs instead of enough Indians. And I liked the benefits they had, the retirement plan, the hospital insurance, the 401k. I liked everything about that. But as far as doing my thing and doing what I thought should be done to make the company successful, I didn't have the feeling that I was valuable enough to the company to do that in their eyes.
I got you. And then, like I say, you're in real estate now. So after leaving the corporate life, how did you get that new business idea to go into a real estate business for yourself?
Well, of course, you look around you and see that most money has been made in real estate. I think everybody more or less wants to get into real estate business in some form or another, and I knew that there was a lot of money to be made. I knew that people had to have homes to live in, had to have apartments to rent. So I knew that that was a good business to go in. So I had started buying rental property when I was 23 years old. And I would borrow money from banks, of course, to pay for it, and I was pretty heavy leverage, and just work to get it paid down and just keep buying. And then after I retired from the corporate picture, I decided I wanted to just run the real estate business myself, and that's what I did.
So you run Phillips Properties yourself?
Yeah, that's right.
And then, what would you consider to be your most difficult part being an entrepreneur, or what has been the most difficult part?
Well, of course, the most difficult part would be getting the money to start with. I mean, getting the people to go in with you, getting getting the capital, or having somebody to help you along the way or to back you. And then after you got your business started, one of your biggest problems is hiring the right people. Mm-hmm. They're just far and few between. They're hard to get people who really want to work like you would work yourself.
Mm-hmm. So when you started the insurance company, the capital you did raise, how did you get that?
From selling stock.
So pre-selling stock and your personal equity investments, things like that. If there were any mistakes, what do you think would be one of the biggest mistakes that you possibly have made? Or do you feel like you led a pretty good path going down?
You're referring to the insurance company or the real estate?
Anything, any entrepreneur.
Well,
anything you've done for yourself.
I don't really, not being bragging, but I don't really think I made any mistakes. I studied real hard. I read books and I talked to people, and I surrounded myself with business people that knew what they were doing, and of course I just followed suit and got good advice from business people, and was just able to be successful.
So you feel like you prepared yourself before you went into any situation?
Oh, absolutely. I'd stay up late at night, even in bed, studying books about the type of business that I had, and to pass the insurance exam, and in other words, to be successful in business. And my slogan has always been, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Of course, that's always been my philosophy.
Is there anything that you would change about the path you've taken so far? Do you feel like insurance was the perfect way to go and then into real estate?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. At the time, I knew that the insurance was the way to go, because that's what I was always led to want to do. And then, of course, I knew that real estate was next. I knew that was a successful business to be in. So actually, even while I was in the insurance business, I started buying real estate. So I know that those were two of the businesses that I felt like you could be most successful if you studied and put your heart in it and really worked at it.
And last but not least, what would be any advice you would give to a young beginning entrepreneur? Would you just go straight into it, or do you think you would maybe learn a little bit by working for somebody else, or what do you think?
I would think that any person that is going into business for himself is to go to work with another company along the lines of what he would like to do or she would like to do, and work with them to you learn everything about the mechanics of the business, or how to run the business, the pros and cons, the ups and downs, before you start your own business. I think you should do that.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I really do appreciate this. It's been a really great interview with you, Grandpa. Like we say, he is the sole manager, owner of Phillips Properties here in Macon. Has lived a great life building his business, and I'm very proud to have him as Grandpa. Appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you coming down.